Greetings and welcome to our EOF orientation for fall 2022 for new incoming students. My name is Dr. Randy Mayers and I am the director of the EOF program, and I'm really excited that you are thinking about joining our EOF family here at Rutgers Camden. This presentation is going to provide an overview of what the EOF program is and how we support students, as well as provide some information about next steps in the process, whether that's financial verification or just as an incoming student. So first, I want to just provide a brief but in-depth overview of what the EOF program is. Some of you may have heard of EOF before, or even if you're a transfer student, have had experience with the EOF program at your previous institution, but it's important that you truly understand what our program is and how we support students as someone who's interested in joining the family. So EOF is a New Jersey state funded program. So we are not exclusive to Rutgers Camden or Rutgers. EOF is found within 40 plus institutions within the state of New Jersey. All of our programs have a collective goal of supporting students who come from lower income backgrounds and are often, but not always, the first in their family to attend college. This support means getting into college. So we help students get into universities and colleges through different admissions practices. But also the main thing is the support that we provide while you're in college. So we help students get in, but a biggest part of our program is the support we provide while you are going through the years of college to meet your end goal of graduation. This support is multifaceted. So many of you probably heard of EOF because of the financial grant that we offer to students. I like to tell students when I'm talking about the program that we are a support program that provides financial aid. We are not a financial aid program. So we do not just give out grants to students. In order to receive the grant, you have to be engaged in our program services. If you're interested in EOF, I hope it's because you feel like you could really benefit from having a support system here at Rutgers Camden. We provide personal and academic support throughout your entire college experience. Now, that support is going to look a little bit different for every single one of you because that support is personalized and it's based on your experiences, your goals, and what you want to achieve both here and when you leave college. A lot of what EOF does is provide personalized support. So there is this academic piece. So you will have an EOF counselor and they will help you by making sure that you're taking correct classes, that you're in like an appropriate major that meets your strengths and your needs and is going to help you reach your career related goals. They'll make sure that you are getting academic support. So if you're struggling or just could use some supplemental help, they will connect you with tutoring and other academic support resources on campus and help you connect with your professors and other sources and resources on campus that will help you be academically successful. But you all have an academic advisor. And so in addition to having an EOF counselor. So an academic advisor is really going to be the person that helps you make sure your courses are correct, that you're in, that the courses match your major and that you're on track for graduation. So then a lot of what EOF does, in addition to making sure that you're academically supported, is providing help with the other areas in your life that intersect with being a student and your academic studies. So you are not exclusively going to be just a college student. You have several other identities that overlap and influence you in this space as a college student, right? So you could be a parent, a caregiver, a sibling, a spouse. There's many other things, many other roles and responsibilities that compete for your attention in your life and that are ultimately going to really have an impact about how you experience your time here at Rutgers Camden and how much energy you're able to give. In addition, you're here for 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years of your life, and a lot can happen during that time. You're going to have ups and downs, good semesters, bad semesters, and challenges and obstacles along the way. So a lot of what UF does is help you through those times, right? Acts as an advocate, a support, a resource, a mentor, all of these things to help make sure that you, no matter what happens, no matter what other competing priorities that you have, no matter what life throws your way, that you will walk across that stage and meet your end goal of graduation. But not just meet your end goal of graduation, but walk away from your college experience truly feeling like you have experienced it. Our job is to make sure that you make the most out of your time here at Rutgers-Camden, that you're not only just doing well in classes, but that you're engaged, that you're doing internships, you're doing experiential learning, you're volunteering, you're getting involved on campus, you're doing things so that when it is time to cross that stage, you are able to move on to the next stage of your life without any issues, no matter what that looks like. Could be grad school, could be a job, could be a million other things, but that you're ready to take that next step. And so our program and our counselors are there to make sure that all of that happens for you, no matter what else is going on in your life. And also make sure that you are keeping school as a priority and that you're not letting it fall by the wayside. So in addition to that support, that personal support, you are also, if as long as you're financially eligible, can receive a financial grant each semester that helps cover your tuition and fees. So I want to talk a little bit more about the program benefits in depth. So our counselors provide academic, personal, and career guidance. So all EOF students, once you become financially verified, you are assigned a counselor and they work with you one-on-one throughout your entire college experience. So this goes back to that advocacy and mentorship piece and guide that I was talking about a few minutes ago that EOF provides, right? So they work with you one-on-one, they figure out what is it that you want to achieve while you're here, what do you want to do when you leave, and they're going to be working with you along the way to make sure that you are achieving your goals and that you are getting the most out of your experience here. In addition to that one-on-one piece, you also will have access to a number of workshops and programs that are specific to our EOF students. Much of our programming is focused on helping you understand or learn information, resources, and skills that are going to help you reach your end goal, your end career goal, have the skills, have the knowledge and wherewithal to be able to go on a job interview, to be able to move on to the next step of your life, but also to help you while you're in college, right? So there's a lot of things, there's a lot of personal development that happens while you're in school. You're going to be spending 2 to 5 years of your life here, and you're going to be doing a lot of growing and learning about yourself and developing those personal skills. And so our workshops help with that. They are specifically targeted to help you, as I mentioned, gain all of those resources and skills and knowledge so that you can be ready for the next step after college, but also make the most out of your experience here. Our programming is also cohorted. So you do spend, you are taking workshops with other students in your same grade level or to help you connect with other students within the program who are experiencing some of the same things in you and maybe in the same major, and so that helps so that you are able to connect with other EOF students and kind of build that network here on campus. We're a small program, and it's important to make sure you're building community with others. And that is one of the best benefits of being a part of EOF, because you are automatically a part of a family, a part of the community. And so those workshops help that because it helps connect you with other EOF students. Again, we also provide financial support. So eligible students receive a grant that goes towards their tuition and fees. We also try to, provide opportunities for students in different ways when we can. So this includes graduate school testing, maybe helps with learning assessment, providing money for summer classes. So there's a lot of benefits that come with being in the program. So I want to briefly introduce you to the EOF team at Rutgers Camden. So there's myself as the director. There's Mrs. Sarah Rubright, who's one of our EOF senior counselors, Mrs. Caroline Waters, who was another one of our EOF senior counselors. And then we are adding 2 new staff members starting on September 12th. So we're very excited to be expanding our family. We will be starting a new EOF counselor starting September 12th and a new manager or assistant director to our program. And so as a EOF student, once you complete financial verification, you would be assigned to one of our 3 EOF counselors. So let's talk about next steps. So some of you are in the financial verification stage, and some of you have not started that stage yet. So if you are currently working financial verification, that is what you should be focusing on. So completing all the necessary documents being requested of you by the financial aid office to ensure that you are eligible for the program. This is extremely important. It gets harder and harder as the semester starts and goes on to be able to dedicate time to submit these documents. So if you could do them early and get them out of the way, that is what we recommend. If you are a prospective student who has not started the financial verification process yet, you just applied, your verification process will start the week of September 30th, and we'll be reaching out and talking about those next steps. Some of you are already complete with financial verification. And if that is the case, you will end up receiving an email from me telling you who your assigned EOF counselor is and important next steps. Once that happens, you will meet with your EOF counselor and they will talk about other requirements of the program. So I mentioned workshops and meetings. And so as new EOF students, you'll be expected to meet with your counselor at minimum 2 times a month and attend monthly workshops. One thing that's really important to note here is as an EOF student, you have to be committed to the program. I mentioned before, we are not a financial aid program, but a support program that provides financial aid. And so sometimes we hear from students that say, well, I just didn't have the time. Realistically, we are asking at most maybe 4 hours a month of your time. Workshops are never more than an hour, and you generally have about 2 workshops a month you have to attend. And with your meetings, they're typically around a half hour. So that is at most 3 to 4 hours, right? Now you're not limited to 2 meetings a month with your counselor. You can meet with them as often as you like and as often as you need, but we're not asking that much time of you. And so if you are applying to this program, just please know that you have to be committed. We are flexible. We provide in-person and virtual workshops and appointments. So you just need to communicate with us and let us know how can we best meet your needs so that you can be an active participant in the program. So I mentioned financial verification. So it's really important that I just cover this very quickly about the financial verification process. So you know you're in financial verification because you've received notifications from myself and the financial aid office telling you that you have specific documents that you have to submit. Checking your document portal is the first step, and that is in your Rutgers portal. So myruckers.edu. You scan on the screen, you're able to scan and it will take you to your Rutgers portal. You log in with your NetID and password. And then when you scroll down on the page, on your home page, you will see a financial aid, what they call widget, and that will bring you to your documents. On the next couple of slides, there are examples of what this looks like. If you need help, like you're not sure exactly what you're doing or how to submit documents or you're having issues, there's several ways that you can get help. First, I have a scan thing on the screen that will bring you to video tutorials from the financial aid office that cover every aspect of this process: how to access your documents, how to submit documents, how to get signatures on your documents, everything that you can think of. So that is a great resource and place to look through. You can also email the financial aid office and in the subject line, put EOF verification so they know who to assign the email to and ask any questions you may have about the documents. You are also getting outreach from myself and other people in the office. So please respond or let us know if you're struggling so that we can make sure that we're helping you through this process. The most important thing I can say about financial verification is to communicate. Ask questions, let us know if you're struggling. If we don't see you doing anything, then we're just assuming you're not doing anything. And so it becomes a lot easier to get through this process if you just reach out and ask for help. So as I mentioned, when you log in to your Rutgers portal, you will see the home screen. And then when you scroll down, you see something called My Financial Aid widget. It's generally in the center of the bottom of your page. You click on that, you'll see in the widget that there's a documents area. You click on that and it will bring you to your document portal in your financial aid portal, and it will outline all the documents that you need. Everything is submitted through the portal. So you will upload anything that's being requested of you. Some of the documents are just filling them in and signing them. So please make sure that you're checking your portal, you're checking after you submit things that it went through. Sometimes documents get returned to you for various reasons, and there should be notes on them about what the issue is. So please make sure you're checking this frequently. Another thing that might be useful as a new student is to look at your enrollment pathway. So as a new incoming student, you should have something called My Enrollment Required and My Enrollment Recommended. At this point in time, you probably have completed most of these steps, but it doesn't hurt to look through to make sure that you've completed everything that's being asked of you. And some things that are recommended are also really important. So Office of Disability Services, for example, if you had an IEP in high school or learning accommodations at your previous institution, you would need to set up that process here. And you would do that through the Office of Disability Services. If you plan on driving on campus, you need to do the parking and transportation as well. This is what this looks like if you click on your enrollment pathway. And so the next thing I want to talk about is how we're helping your transition. So as a new incoming student, you are maybe going through financial verification, you might be finishing it up. Regardless of where you are in the process, we are offering specific workshops to help you through these next stages. So you'll see on the left that there's something called cohort, and that is new student workshops cohort. So for any student who's a new student, whether you're a transfer or first year, you will be following these workshops this semester. These workshops are very specific to help you with your next steps into the program and into the university as well. So you'll notice that the topics are focused on getting to know the campus. What are some strategies to help with your academic and personal success? And so it's really important that you're paying attention to these workshops. These will be sent to you. You will be added to our Canvas page, but you will also be sent this information via email. So as you're going through financial verification, these workshops are optional. But we highly encourage them because it may help as you start your journey here at Rutgers Camden. But once you become verified, this attendance is mandatory. So I mentioned that workshops are a part of your EOF participation. Your EOF counselor, when you are assigned, will talk about them more. But as you're going through the process, we highly encourage you to take advantage of the workshops that are being offered through our program to help with your just overall transition into Rutgers Camden. In addition to workshops, Mrs. Waters, one of our EOF counselors, will be available for drop-in help as you're going through financial verification. So on Wednesdays, she has in-person and virtual options from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And on Thursday, she has virtual options from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We will send that information to you about how to access Mrs. Waters. Once you become verified, you will be assigned an EOF counselor, and that will be the person that you meet with. But in the meantime, she is available to help you as you're going through. So to wrap things up, some key takeaways for EOF as you become part of the program or you work your way into becoming part of the program is what we expect from you is to be engaged and present. So we're not a financial aid program. We are a support program that provides financial aid. So we expect you to attend one-on-one meetings and workshops once you become verified. Communication is huge. So please make sure you're reaching out, not just in the financial verification process, but when you become part of the program, letting us know, whether that's your counselor or myself, that anything that might be going on with you that's preventing you from being your best self and your most engaged self. Again, we are flexible, so we will do our best to meet your needs, but we don't know what we don't know. So you have to let us know if something's going on so that we can do our best to support you. Do your best. You said we do not expect you to know everything or get everything right. And so embrace the experience, the good and the bad. But again, this goes back to this communication piece that you're not going to get everything right. And it's going to be overwhelming and frustrating at times as you transition here. But please use us as a resource. Talk to us, reach out, ask questions. That is what we're here for. What you can expect is to become part of a supportive community here of staff, of other students, of people who are connected to our program, as well as just the Rutgers-Camden community at large. You're going to have a lot of opportunities as a student to reflect on and outline your goals for college. So expect to be challenged by your counselor to make sure that your actions are aligning with your goals. You're going to be learning information and skills that will help make your transition to college easier. So we'll be talking about academic skills, language. So what are the things that you often hear in your classes in higher education in general that might be confusing or overwhelming, as well as expectations. If you have questions, you already have my contact information, but this is are the contact information for our two EOF counselors, Mrs. Caroline Waters and Mrs. Sarah Rubright. You're welcome to reach out to any one of us with questions that you may have. We will be reaching out throughout your time here at Rutgers-Camden while you complete financial verification and once you become a student. So please make sure that you are actively engaging with us and that you are reaching out with anything that you may need help with. We're excited to be welcoming you to the Rutgers-Camden family, and we hope that your start of your semester is smooth.